Hi guys, so I've got my MAHOOSIVE August wrap-up for you today. Here, this little bit here, are all the books I have read this month, plus a few ebooks as well. I think I have 12 books, so I'm just going to crack on with it. The first book I read this month was Dracula by Bram Stoker. I really wanted to read this. I read a lot of supernatural fiction, whether it's Grimm stories or Twilight books and stuff like that sort of fiction. I really want to see how the first writer managed to put a vampire down on pen and paper, and I really want to read the story for myself. I've watched quite a lot of films, and I just want to read the story. It's great. It's told in like a multiple first person perspective, which I don't always like, but I thought it was great. It was really gripping. Yeah, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 stars, maybe even 5 out of 5. It's a great book, and I really would recommend it. Next, I read War Horse by Morpurgo. My granddad lent me this after he read it. Obviously, during the war, that was kind of what attracted my granddad to reading it. And it's told in the point of view of the horse, which is, I know it's quite good. Morpurgo does a lot of animal books. He's mainly aimed at children though. I'm going to give this 3 out of 5 stars. I think for a child it probably would be a lot better, and it is a really sweet and beautiful story between a horse's boy and this relationship between her and Rona, and it's just a really sweet story. And give it a read if you like animals and if you like horses, and if you haven't, and if you're a fan of Morpurgo's work, or if you watch the film. I read Start for 10 by Nicholls. Yeah, I just love this book. It's basically about this teenager named Brian, and he goes away to university and he wants to join the university challenge team. And it's all about how he's coping with his first year at university, with romance, with the challenge team, with essays, with finding himself and developing as a character, as a person. And this has to be 4 out of 5 stars, maybe even 5 out of 5. No, 5 out of 5 stars for this one. It's my favourite of Nicholls' work. For those of you who kind of think you know Nicholls, he's the author of One Dad. Next I read How to Be Popular by Meg Cabot. I took this out of the library. I love the Princess Diaries. I have all the Princess Diaries books, and it's been years since I've read any of Meg Cabot's work, and I have to say I'll probably give this 3 out of 5 stars, and that's been really lenient. I've probably gone away from these romantic books and these cliche, clicky, American teenage drama type books. It's a nice easy read, and I think if it's a cold night and you're just curled up to something, this is probably the best book to do for a girl. But yeah, it's alright. I've also read Kiss of Life by Daniel Walters. This is one of my favourite books of the month, and I'm going to start with 10 and the Mortal Instrument. Yeah, it's sequel to Generation Dead, which I put in my underrated book, and basically it's about zombies and they're coming back to life and how people try and help them. Phoebe's trying to help one of her friends. Phoebe, who's a protagonist, tries to help one of her friends who's going through this zombie stage. And I think it's just a really sweet read, and it's really completely different to supernatural. A lot of the supernatural stuff at the minute is about vampires and werewolves, and I think the take on zombies is great, and it's written by a man and told through a woman's perspective, and I think he does get emotions right or close to. I just think it's a really good read, and it's a bit different. Then I read City of Glass by Cassandra. Now I have this on my bookcase for a couple of years now, and I've just picked it up and read it. And I did get 100 pages in, but forgot, so I had to start again. But once you're in, you're hooked. I couldn't escape this book. It's great. I love the series. I love the world of it. I love the relationship between Jason and Clare and Simon. And yeah, I think it's a great book, and if you love fantasy, I think you should really read this and give it a go. It's basically third in the Mortal Instrument saga, and it's sort of the apocalyptic battle between the Shadow Hunters and this man called Valentine, who was an ex-Shadow Hunter, who's just trying to wreak evil in the world. And it's great, and it's all the web of mystery and enigmas. Really good, really good. I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 stars. I've got a bit of a controversial one. It's 50 Shades of Grey I really just think all the fuss is about. There's a lot of it going on now. It's alright. I don't know how to explain. Sometimes it can be quite erotic. And I didn't read it for the erotic thing, I read it because someone told me it had a really good story to it. And it does in a way. You can tell it's a piece of Twilight fan fiction that was edited for publication. I mean, the way that Kristen speaks, and his dialect in the book, and his speech is very a Colonel how someone would want a Colonel to speak, as he's obviously a 100-year-old vampire. It's an alright read. I haven't read the other two, so I can't actually say anything for the trilogy itself, but I've just read the first book. I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Next, I read Lenobia's Vow. This is by PC and Kristen, and it's a novella about one of the teachers who goes to school at House of Night. The House of Night series is about teenage vampires called legends who go to school to learn how to become vampires. And sometimes they can die during this process, and sometimes they live. It depends on how fortunate you are. I hated this book. I didn't hate it, I just didn't gel with it, I just didn't get on with it. It just seemed pointless. I don't know why they've released it. It seems like one of the franchises that just want to make money. And yeah, I don't like that. I'd give this 2 out of 5 stars at most. I just think it's pointless. Thank God I didn't buy it. Then I read Awakened. This is the 8th book in the House of Night series. I have got the first 7, but I'm going to have to start getting them out of the library because I can't bother to pay for the others because, well, I can't bother to pay full price for the others because I don't think they're worth it anymore. I really don't. I don't see myself liking the series anymore. It's very, if you're a 14-year-old girl and you love Twilight and everything, I really would recommend it to you. But I think if you're looking for something a bit more mature, then no, I wouldn't. And it's definitely a piece of young adult fiction. It's definitely, the main character, she annoys me, Zoe. She goes from loving one boy to loving another, and she does a lot of that, and it's just, she's a very jumpy character, and I don't like that, and it's told through a multiple perspective, which I also don't like. I don't like multiple perspectives. I don't think they have enough mystery to the story. Yeah, again, 2 out of 5 stars. Then I read City of Fallen Angels. I also got this out of the library. It's great. I did a review on this, and I will link the review I did. I just want to say, it's really getting good, and I'm glad she's continued writing more books. I think there's 6 now in the More Instant series. There's also a prequel trilogy, I think, out. There's a prequel out, and there will be like a sequel trilogy or something out. So it's really good, it's really enjoyable, and it's really easy to get yourself into. Then I read Zombicorns by John Green. I'm going to be a shameful John Green fan and say I didn't even know this was available on free download. I don't buy books from Waterstones or bookstores very often. I can't really afford it, I can't really justify it. And when I found out this was on free download and you could read it on your Kindle, I downloaded it straight away and read it. And it's not as good as the other work, it's not as good as Looking for Left or Paper Towns by any stretch of imagination, but I think it's a fun read. It's only short, I think it took me like half an hour to read. It's fun, it's a great take on a lot of the supernatural books that are going around in the minute, and it's just a bit neat and it's fun. Yeah. And the last book I read this month was Definitely Dead by Charlene Harris, and I think this is like the 6th book in the True Blood series. Again, they're getting very samey and very, she falls in love with a guy, and then this guy goes off and something bad happens and they get stuck, and then they're saved by a former guy that used to love her, and yeah, they're just getting very samey. And oh, I haven't starred most of them. This is going to be a really long video. This is a huge wrap-up. I just want to say, I don't get a lot of time to read during the school year, and I don't think I will during my university year now. So I read as much as I can over summer. I started the 50 books a year challenge on June the 1st. It's now coming up to September the 1st, and I've read 29 books, which is great. As always, links are below. Bye guys!